Oh yeah, I hope someone tunes into me. I didn't realise that I was going to have one this morning, a podcast that is. I didn't realise, I really didn't, because Jason got hold of me yesterday, last night or something like that. And he said, Frank, you're having this thing tomorrow. Is there anybody coming on? I said, I don't know. I don't know whether someone will come on with me. I just don't know. But anyway, the most important thing is our football club, Liverpool Football Club. What did we do? What went wrong about that referee against Arsenal? What was wrong with him? What was wrong with VAR? I couldn't believe it. Francine and myself went out to watch the game, and I never watch a game in a pub, never. But seeing that it was Christmas, and I usually take Francine out, for a Christmas drink, a traditional drink, taking it for years. We decided to watch the game, and I've never seen anyone more enthusiastic and passionate than my daughter Francine. She was absolutely amazing, amazing. Can't tell it, she had up. It was crowded. It was really crowded, the place, and all Liverpool fans. There was one fella who was sitting behind me. I was just standing by the bar, and there was a fellow sitting behind me. Francine was just a bit further, and he actually, I turned around, I said, "Am I in your way?" Because the screen was, and he said, "No, it's okay." Anyway, he was a Liverpool lad, but he lives and works in Toronto, Canada. And we were chatting, and he was a passionate Red. He's a passionate Red. So that's the way it was. And there was other lads. There was a few students there who were watching the game. All passionate Reds. There was a couple of them. Every one of them were Reds. So it was really good. And when they scored, after a few minutes, wow, it never. We weren't subdued in any way because we knew that we would come back. And then Mo scored, didn't he? Mo with that fantastic goal. That fantastic goal. What a goal. And for Trent, for that pass, that must be the pass of the season. No one will ever pass a ball like that to lead to a goal. It was sublime. And let me know, in your comments about that just particular pass. And then as the game progressed, I thought there was only one winner myself, especially in the second half. We were so unlucky, especially again with Trent going through. What a breakaway, what a pass by Mo. He could have passed to anyone. And who would you rather have the ball to? You'd rather have it to Trent in front of the goal. That's what I said. When he hit it, everyone jumped up because we thought it was going to go in. And I said at the time, that just bobbled. That ball bobbled, just bobbled up as he went to hit it because that was a fluid. That was a fluid. And that was the only unfortunate thing. Well, anyway, we'll carry on about it. And I've got JK. Hiya, JK. Great to see you. Hope you had a lovely day yesterday, bro. You never walk alone. Yes, I'm being honest, it was one of the best Christmases I've had. Honestly, because it was Francine came down with Sophia, my little granddaughter. I love that girl, she's smashing, and she came in, she ran right over to me and gave me a big hug. And I was smashing. And I had my grandson as well, Ben, down. And I said to her, why don't you come on the pod? Why don't you come on the pod? Because he's a big Red and he's very good because he came on once and people were so impressed with him. And his knowledge of football as well. His knowledge is superb. And he said, I can't, Grandad, I'm away somewhere tomorrow. So I said, okay. I said, come on anytime. He said, okay, Grandad, I will. Smashing lads, smashing lads. But anyway, lads, let me know what you think of let me know what you think of the game, and even the Burnley game later on today. And Shane McGowan, all right, Frank, thumbs up, no points. See, it's the first thing in the morning. No points, oh shit. But anyway, yeah, I hope your Christmases all went well because, uh, you see, I'm a political fella. I'm not a political in such a way that, but I think of other people. I think of other people. But I don't want to go into that. I really do. I really don't because, it's a football thing. This is a football thing. But I do think about other people, the less unfortunate. I think about the homeless lads and girls. I think about war-torn countries, especially Gaza. It's just horrendous what's going on. Strangely enough, no, not strangely enough, I put on a John Lennon, Xmas War is Over. I just threw that on, and that was on Christmas Eve, or the day before Christmas Eve. And I put it on, and it was horrendous. Because what it was showing you was images going back to Vietnam. And I have to say this, two images struck out on me. There was horrific other images, and there was one I'll never forget it, even going back to the Vietnam War. I'll never forget this. And you see a woman running with her child. The little child was naked. She was running up a street. No houses around, just those palm trees, and she was running. And the child, she was badly burned by that napalm. Napalm, and it got me. It got me. And I'm going back to Vietnam, and I brought back the memory of seeing that all those years ago. And then the latest one was the one in Gaza, where you see a mother holding, it must have been a 2-year-old, even less than a 2-year-old baby, dead, both of them lying in rubble. And that was, and that's who I was thinking. But people like your great selves, it banishes all those memories, and let's hope that something comes about with this bloody Gaza. What's going on? Right, and Shane McGowan, cheers Shane, and there's Mark Simons. Hello Frank, back home in the Perth to see me Fambo for Crimbo. Enjoy your family time, big love. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. Thank you. Don't forget it's Boxing Day today. It's Boxing Day. And people go out. I bet you loads of people will be going out for the game. And Captain Sal. Morning, Frank, and season's greetings to you. Season's greetings to you, Captain. Season's greetings to you, Captain. It's one of those things, where we have a game. We had a game the other day. We have a game tomorrow. Today, I'm sorry. And then it's thick and fast. Then we have a break, don't we? Then we have the AFCON. And there's what I want you to ask as well. or, with your own comments, if you're still there with me, should we buy a replacement for Mo? Because Mo could be gone for 2 months. Think about it. Mo Salah gone for 2 months. Do you think that we should bring in someone? Or is there anybody already there who could fulfill? And you can't expect Doug because young Doug's injured. And would you throw him in? Would you? I don't know. And as Captain South says, I'm looking forward to a good win today. I hope I've got my. I hope I'm all right. Because I'm getting a message off Jason. Getting a message off Jason. Just let me, please, just let me put this message through because Jason's just said, I didn't know you were coming on. I'll send a few messages, I've sent a few links out so someone will try. Just let me send, I'm hopeless at all this, Just please let me do it. I could have just said it on there. I could have just said it. I sent the links out. Send the links out. And there's me, texting them. Send the links out. And there's Mark says, how was that? No, yes, this is what I want someone to come on and talk about that bloody handball. He was playing basketball, he says. Ridiculous decision. And wasn't that the same ref here? Yes, you're telling me, I've never seen that. There's no excuses. Nobody can make an excuse for that. It's not only did he handle it, he pushed it away. He pushed it away from Mo. He really pushed it. You see it again. I've seen it countless of times. And he pushed it away. And they said, he was falling down. Piss off. I'm not bothered about him falling down. He never went down. And he actually cleared it. He pushed it away so he could turn to clear it. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, he sent the links out, so if anyone wants to come on, there's JK there. I wonder if he'll come on. He'll come on. And I'm sure I told Lee, the bars of flowers. Anyway. Yeah, you're right there, Mark. You're really right. It was an absolute disgrace. And Captain Sal says Ugar was doing his best impression of Kobe Bryant on Saturday. Ridiculous refereeing. It was. I was right through the match, it wasn't just there. It was right through the game. It was right through the game. He was dreadful. He was giving everything. I'm not just saying this. I'm not being biased, but every time something happened to an Arsenal player, he blew up. He blew up. I tell you, who impressed me really from the Arsenal side was Rice, Declan Rice. He's a great player. I wish Liverpool would have got him, to be honest. But yeah. So that handball. Listen, I don't care what anyone says. We should have been top of the league. We were not robbed. I hate saying that. We were cheated. I've always said this. We was cheated against Spurs that time. We were cheated. We were cheated from Luko's goal. Absolutely cheated. It's shocking. It really is shocking. And when you think about Semikas, and when he went down, nothing happened. Was it that second fella? Not quite so sure. Let me know, people. Let me know. JK says, and all we got done by Michael Jordan in the box. If that wasn't an handball, Maradona's wasn't as well. No, it wasn't. The hands of God. The hands of God. Crazy. Wasn't impressed by Arsenal. Their fans and media do hype their team up. Thank you, JK. Yes, totally agree. Totally agree. Oh dear, yeah. Saka broke Semikas's collarbone and double kicked a player. Got nothing. Ridiculous. Exactly. That's what I'm saying about, isn't it shocking? Isn't it shocking the way referees, go about their business? Have they got an agenda against Liverpool? The way the more I look at it, I think they have. And do you know what I think it is? Do you ever remember? I forget what game it was when Klopp, we scored a winner or whatever, and Klopp ran up to on the touchline to a linesman, and he was giving us all that, this is what you. And I think it stems from them. And they've got a little thing against Jurgen Klopp, which is affecting us, which is affecting games. I really believe that. I really believe that. And nothing about now Semikas. He was playing brilliantly, hasn't he? He's been playing brilliantly, that lad. He really has. And now he's got a broken collarbone. A broken collarbone that will take a very, very, very long time to heal, because it's not a dislocated one or that. It's a broken collarbone. And I've known people. I remember working with this fella. He broke his collarbone. A colleague of mine, and he broke his collarbone. He's out for the full, academic year, because he broke it on the second day, because it's that painful. These are athletes. These have to run, twist, turn, physical, and it takes a long time. So get well. Costas, lad, get well. And JK says, I have the link, bro. Be on in about 10 minutes. Excellent stuff. Well done, JK. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I've got it. Yeah. Jason said, I'm on my way out. Sent him a message, see you later. I said, okay, see you later. I clicked it, and a big heart. That's it, what I sent to that. I think I've got all funny. I'm blind. Taking that off anyway. Have you never done that? Have you never sent a thing out? Yeah, he didn't mean to do it. Oh. It's ridiculous. Oh, great. JK will be joining me anyway. So, Captain Sell, if Arsenal are favourites, then we've got nothing to worry about, in my opinion. Yes. Yeah. You could see the relief in Arteta's head. You could see the relief. And when he said these are a great side, we've just come up against a great side, you better believe it. You better believe it. Don't forget, we've got McAllister to come back. We've got McAllister to come back. What did you think of Curtis Jones, by the way? How do you think his game? I thought he was all right. This is what I mean about it in the pub. I don't like watching it in a pub. I really don't. Because, you're distracted, That's why I like sitting at home. This big, massive telly. And I just like sitting at home watching the game. And, because you do see it. I'd rather go the game. I'd rather go the game. I've always done the game. Always. And, I can't do it now. I really can't do it. Mark Simons, the Man United brigade don't want us equaling Ferguson's Prem record. It's obvious now. Do you know what? Someone else said that to me, Mark. Someone else said that. And it's been like that for a few years. You think about getting beat for the title by 1 point, the last couple of years. Just imagine that. A little tweak here and there to stop us getting 3 points. Only 1 point, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. And Mark Simon says, where did you watch the game, Frank? I watched it in, I went and met Anthony Brown, the international artist, a great friend of mine, and his lovely wife, Lainey. Seeing them in the Hole in the Wall, which is just off Dale Street. We were in there. No, we were in the Saddle. We went in the Francine went in the Hole in the Wall, and it was shocking. Couldn't move. So I went outside, phoned Anthony up. I said, Anthony, it's shocking here. We'll see you in the Saddle. So he said, okay, fine. Anyway, by the time I put the phone down, everyone was going out. He came in to the Hole in the Wall. And so he said, you got to phone him back to say it's all right today. I said, no, I feel embarrassed. Just meet him in there. Went in there. It was shocking. But anyway, from there, they went home, Lainey and Anthony. And he dropped us off at the National in James Street. First National, went in there, watched it. It was great. It was great. As I said, but I don't like watching it in pubs. I really don't. So that's where I watched it, Mark. In the First National, James Street, Fenwick Street. James Street, Fenwick Street. Listen, I'm having a slurp of me tea, if you don't mind. And Captain Sal says, Jones is doing fine by me. Thank you, Cap. Because he's doing fine by me also. I think Jones, I'm being honest, I used to say to our kids, I said, I don't like this fella. I'm going back a couple of years ago, I said, what does he do? I said, he does not. Now, I think he's great. I really think he's great. He's a very clever footballer. And he can hold on to the ball. He can really hold on to the ball. So, yeah, thanks, Captain Sal. He's doing fine by me, too. He's doing fine by me. Lads, dads, and detectorists. Hello, Frank. Happy Christmas. Jones has come good again, I think, but we need something more up front. As much as I like Gakpo and Nunes, I really can't wait for Jota to come back. He knows where the goal is. Yes, 100% there. 100%, I think. I can't wait for him to come back. I really can't wait for him to come back. Jota. Because as Francine said to me, he's our only natural goal scorer. He's and he is Jota the Slotter. See, we've got to try and get away from the Mane, Bobby, Salah threesome. We have to. We're moving forward. But I think that we will click. We will, and those lads will click, and we'll become more formidable again. But what I'm happy about is the midfield scoring goals. The midfield. And there's always Mo to rely on as well. Just imagine if Trent would have scored that. You know what it's about. Mo would have had a fantastic goal and an assist. Mo's a very clever player, yet there's some people who moan about him. They moan about him. And I just don't understand. There was one podcaster who says he's watched Salah a couple of weeks ago, you know, after the Man United game. I can't use the expletives on him. Right, when he said that, just a complete and utter arsehole. You prat, you. Just imagine if he was about his way, he wouldn't have been playing against Arsenal, and we would have ended up with a defeat. Think about it. If an arsehole like him gets his way, I haven't a clue. Sell him. Yeah. They are annoying people. And I don't talk about other podders, to be honest. I only watch a couple. Watch Jamie Phillips' chat. Lovely fella now. Knows to score. Very respectful. Lads and dads, again, he says the thing is with Jones and Elliott going back is that they respected who they were playing with too much and would pass it to Mane and Salah all the time. Now they have confidence to go. That's a good point, That's a cracking point. Because with them not there, especially Bobby and Mane, obviously most over us, I think that they've had to do what they're doing now, which is improve their game. I think younger Elliott is more of an impact player. You wouldn't mind him starting or whatever in games, but I think he's more of an impact player because he's got the legs to run everywhere and to do damage. Because that shot he had against Arsenal, no one mentions it. That was going in. That would have gone in there. Only the fella shouldered it, and I went out for the corner. That was a flew in there. And when you look at Mo's goal, it was a very, very clever goal. Because normally, the angle he was in, he would have hit it to the right, to the far right of the keeper, but he didn't. He hit it to the left. He fooled him. Watch it again. He fooled him. Fantastic goal. Fantastic bit of ingenuity. That's this. And Mark says, Curtis has got all the tools and technique. It's just application sometimes. But that will come with age, Frank. And now he has got young generational talent around him. He will sink or swim. I think he'll swim. That's a good point. Not a good point. I think he'll swim because he likes the players around him, as you said. And they're only all the same age, isn't the same age. You've got the likes of McAllister, as I said. to come back. Szoboszlai played well. Szoboszlai played well. He was there and thereabouts. Enzo as well. He played well. You know, people said that. Wait till he comes up, against a formidable side or a better side than what he's been playing against. Let's see. But he showed his credentials, in my opinion. I thought he played very well. He played very well. His passing was great as well. And he's not a bad passer of a ball, He's not a bad passer of a ball as Enzo. Is Enzo? I think so anyway. Not a bad passer. And yes, so you've got the handball situation. You've got that was a penalty, no matter how you look at it. You've got it in the bar. Liverpool were unlucky to me. Liverpool were definitely unlucky to me not to win that game. If anyone deserved it, I don't agree with some pundits saying that it was a fair result. I don't think so. They got a lucky break in the first 4 minutes, with a header, free kick, bang, goal. And so not never since. The only other time, who was it? Was it that Martinelli or someone? I forget who it was. Where he had the ball, and it was more or less an open goal, but you had Trent on the line, and he fired it wide. With Alisson, he was out. But Alisson made himself big, so he had to try and put it wide of him. But fortunately enough for us, he put it wide. Mark Simon says, he carries on by saying, Zinchenko is no way better than Robbo. What planet are Sky pundits on? Yeah. I don't watch Sky, to be honest. They're all Manchester United fans. Captain Cell. Szoboszlai was very good defensively, and Enzo passes well. Yes, you said. Yeah. Just. I'm being honest with you. I've been crying out for a defensive midfielder. I've been crying out for this Andre lad because he's good. This fella, he's really good. Not that I've been following him, I've been seeing him on things on YouTube. And I know that YouTube show only the best. And you go, wow, look what he can do. But no, it's not just like showing all the best of it. It's showing like he is, in other words, he is good. They try to explain about what Enzo, what Andre can do and not do. He's good, believe you me, he's good, and he'd suit us. He reminds me, I've said this before, he reminds me so much of Mascherano, Javier Mascherano. And he was brilliant, Mascherano, for us. Absolutely brilliant. And Lads and Dad says, Enzo's getting better each game. I think it reminds me a bit of Lucas. He likes to get stuck in and put a foot in. None of this running and standing with their man. He will go for them. Yeah, you're right. But that's a danger in today's game because Lucas started doing that. And Lucas, if you remember, he always gave fouls away in dangerous positions, just outside the area, just outside the 18-yard box, constantly. And Enzo's starting to do it. He's like a rash. I said to Francine, and I said to Lee Carlson as well, when he was sitting here watching the game with me, I said, he's like a rash. I said, if like a rash on their back, not facing. So you'd always get pulled up for it, for a foul, and he does that constantly, does Enzo. But nevertheless, that is a criticism, obviously. But uh, he is playing there. Well, you can't get away from it. As I said before about him playing against Arsenal, some people saying, wait till he comes up against a top side. And he proved it. He proved it against Arsenal. He played great. There you have it. I think our defence is getting a lot better as well. And Captain Sal says, we were robbed to start with and we're the better side, in my opinion. Yes. Yeah, Captain Sal, I agree with you. Totally agree with you. And what did you make at the end of it? Yeah, just been saying it, Mark. Just been saying about him. Playing very, very well. Playing very well for us. Being honest, I didn't trust him at first. I know. See, this is what I mean about the new players coming into the game, for us. You've got Szoboszlai, McAllister, Endo as well. And, to some extent, not to some extent, Gakpo, albeit that he's been with us, I think, now for nearly a year, and a year next month. Anyway, you've got the likes of Gravenberg, and he's still trying to find his feet along with the others. Just imagine when these gel together. I remember Jamie Phillips saying, which he's right, totally agreed with him, because I was thinking of the same as well. The gelling, and next season, that gelling will solidify and we'll be far better. And I still say that we still need a left-sided centre-back. I really believe that. And I must say again, I think we do need a defensive midfielder, whether it's going to be this season or next season. Well, Enzo, we'll have to just put up with Enzo and McAllister, because McAllister was playing out of position. McAllister's a fantastic footballer. If you remember the World Cup, if you remember him against playing for Brighton, absolutely first class. And that's what kind of player we have at our club now. And, oh yeah, there's JK. Hey, JK.
Hello there, bro. How you doing?
I'm all right. It's great that you're on. It's really great that you're on. What did you just saying there about Endo? He's playing well now. And I was just talking also, JK, about them gelling. Liverpool are only gelling now, and look where we are.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think Endo surprised me a lot in the last few games. He sort of got used to the pace and stuff. So, and he also stays in the sixth position. So, Van Dijk's game's improved in the last games. He's looked better. So, with just having a figure in the sixth position helps the team a lot. The thing with Trent is that he wants to hover everywhere and be sort of like a free roll DM. So, with Endo, I'm pretty impressed so far with what he's done. I never really hyped him up, so he's all right. But we're doing okay. I think.
Go on.
Yeah, I just think in the last two games, the West Ham and the Arsenal game, we stepped it up a gear or two. So he's looking better in the last. At least we're playing better.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you mentioned the West Ham game, because the last two games we've been brilliant. as we've been saying, we were so unlucky not to win that game. Again, stupid referee decisions and VAR robbed us of the game. It's as simple as that. And we should be well clear in the league, being honest with you. I'm really being honest with you. But anyway, we've got this game later on this afternoon. And as Mark Simon says, Gomez, our first choice left back for the rest of the season, or do we need cover in January? See, that's a good point, that Mark, because we've got Gomez. Gomez is playing very, very well, and he was so unlucky with a couple of shots on the Arsenal goal. He was so unlucky. One was a curler, wasn't it? Thought it was going in, and it just went outside. But to be honest, Mark, Joe, and I think JK will agree with me here. He's injured. He's prone to get injured. I'll just say that. I'm not saying he's injury prone, but he's prone to get injured. What do you say, JK? As Mark says, do we need cover in January?
Yeah, I would prefer a left-footed left back personally, but the good thing about Gomez is he's a utility type of player. He can fit in right back, centre back, and left back now. So a guy who needs to stay fit really, because he solves a few problems when we get them. So, and he's also actually stepped up. I think over the years you've seen Matip take from the back, Konate doing it, Van Dijk does it, Trent. He actually plays as an attacker. And I think Gomez is getting that fever as well. He's like, I want to do a bit of this as well, So all in all, he's improved as a player within 6 months. He stepped up to a different type of Gomez.
Do you know what? You're spot on there, because if you think about it, just imagine if he'd be playing for, let's say Man City, for example, or Aston Villa, or even Arsenal for that matter, and he became available. I'm talking about Joe Gomez, and he became available. I think people would go, get him, because he can play, as you just said there, JK, right back, centre back, left back, a good utility player. And people would be saying, yeah, that's what we need. Well, he's here. We've got him. And if he stays clear of injury, if he really stays clear of injury, yeah, we don't need cover there, because we'd have Samikas and Robbo especially, he's more or less coming back, getting more fit, but unfortunately, Samikas, he's out. He's going to be out for a very long time. Yeah. That's the way it is. So yeah, I think you're right there, Mark. Your choice for left back, yeah, if he stays clear of injury, I'd be made up, because he is. And as JK says, and myself, he's a great utility player. And lads and dads says, I'll let you talk about this. What do you think is going on with Diaz? I know he has injuries, but I don't think he has lost pace really. I think it's more of a confidence boost he needs. Once he gets a goal, I think he will come good. What's your take on that, JK? That comment?
Yeah, I think Diaz in the Arsenal game stepped it up one gear. He was better on the ball, more in control of what he's actually doing. He just looked better all round, and that was one of his best games he's had in a while. He didn't do nothing special, but all in all, I think he improved in the Arsenal game. So we can see if he gets picked tonight, if he does the same again, We actually look better with Diaz on the pitch on Saturday. I think after the subs, we didn't look so good as we did before. So,
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right, because he did. I thought he did well. See, you've got to look at Diaz, and he does cause chaos. He really does, because he gets that ball and he's very quick. He's very quick, and they're clambering, to get at him. And it frees up the likes of Mo as well. It frees up, who's ever playing down the middle.
Yep.
But my concern, people batter me here. My concern is Nunes. They call him Captain Chaos. Anyone can cause chaos if need be, but most of the time, get crucified here. Most of the time, he's a headless chicken. He just runs, just runs. He's just a headless chicken. So, what do you think of? Do you think Nunes, Darwin should start, which we all know, putting away the chances that's created for him, or he creates himself as well?
Yep.
What do you think, JK?
I just think all in all, he just needs to get his shooting boots on. I think if he gets a goal, then and no, what it is, goals takes away any bad vibes away from the player. He's like, oh, he's scoring goals. It don't matter what he does. But the thing is, he's actually stepped up his team play in the last months where he's not scored. He's actually a better all-round player for me. He's better than last year. But they're taking his striker's intuition away from him because of that team play. And I think that's what his downfall is at the moment. I think Klopp needs to have a word with him. Listen, get back to your striker instincts. Do what you got to do when you see the ball, shoot. But also improve your team play. So he needs to find that balance, Frank.
Well, okay. Well, Captain Sal says, I want goals, not chaos. And I totally agree with him. I totally agree with the captain there. I really do. But I do understand where you're coming from with Nunes. And he's got all the passion in the world. He wants to do well. He really does. He just wants to do well. But it's the chances that he's just completely and utterly missed. They're the chances which are absolutely ridiculous. And he missed he's missed a couple of open goals. One, I forget who it was against. The ball came over and he was running in and he caught it with his leg, but he put it on the other side of the post in the top end. And I thought, he should have scored that. And that open goal. Anyway, it's just my opinion. This is what it's all about. It's opinions, JK. And if he started scoring goals, I think he'd be lethal. I think.
You know what it is, Frank? I think if you've never seen Darwin actually score goals, I would be worried. When he was at Benfica, he was scoring goals. He's had like little phases where he's actually scored goals, been involved. That Real Madrid goal in the Champions League when he did that little flick.
Yeah.
So he's got that in him, And I'm thinking, what's happened to the guy scoring wise? And okay, he's better at assists now. His assists have got higher, of course. So that's showing the team play he's been working on. But at the end of the day, he's a number 9. He needs to score goals and stuff. So I think I don't really like to put pressure on the players. I think people like Darwin know themselves they need to score goals. I think fans always moaning about him and maybe on social media and stuff. He already knows that.
No, I agree. I agree with you there because we don't like putting pressure on players. We really don't because, as I said, he's got the passion, he's got the enthusiasm, he's got everything in his locker to play for Liverpool Football Club. And I think he's better playing on the left. Just imagine if he was a right-sided player. I don't think there'd be any problems with Mo, because going to the AFCON, because he could just fill into there. But I think he'll put Harvey Elliott on the right, when he does finally go to the AFCONs, to be honest.
Well, I was thinking about Diaz, for example. He's right-footed, yeah? And the thing is with inverted winger like Salah left-footed plays on the right and Diaz right-footed plays on the left. As a winger, I played winger myself, and it's easier to cross with your right foot when you're right-footed. So for me, Diaz should play on the right. He's got no other option because Diaz has played on the left. It's not working out. So Salah's going, play Diaz on the right to get them crosses in. It's all right-footed. He don't have to come on his left and cross. You can just run, swing it in. And I think the way football is now, it's totally players are playing in positions where they're not really suited to. Salah is the only one I could say, yeah, the guy's done it. He's left-footed. He's playing on the right, and he's actually smashed it. But it's a hard position to play when you're playing on your own foot.
No, you're right, because if you go back to the old days, JK, what you had a right winger who used his right foot and a left winger who used his left foot.
Simple as.
When I was, when I used to kick a ball around, I was a left footer. I could use, that's all that I used was my left foot, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, you're right. So if I was playing like football, I'd prefer myself on the left because I'd be able to cross the ball with me left, if it was a left winger, that is, going down the wing, because if I was playing on the right, I'd have to go down and bring it onto my left, bring it onto my left to cross the ball. So you're right. I think he could take over more, if you know what I mean. During the action, that is.
The thing is with Diaz, you can see in his team play, he gets the ball and his first thinking is, I'm going to kick inside and go towards the goal instead of going, I'm going to go on the outside and then maybe swing it in. And that's what the problem is. Salah does the same. He gets the ball from the wing. He won't look to go to the byline and cross the ball in because he'll have to use his right foot. And I think that's why the assist from the forwards isn't as fruitful as it should be, And I think Diaz playing on the right maybe actually helps him. We've never seen him play there, but we can do it,
Yeah, I think you're right there. Yeah, because if you go back to the Man United game, Diaz, there was one incident where he was on the edge of the 18-yard box, and he had the ball, and he could have easily have gone to the left. He could have easily have done that, gone to the left, because there was space behind. I forget who was in front of him. There was space behind where he could have just gone through there and crossed the ball, or a player could have come across and fouled him, penalty. But he didn't. He cut into the right.
Yeah.
He cut into and the player just took it off him. And I went, why did he do that? Even Lee Carlson, because Lee was watching it with me, he said the same. He said, why didn't he go to his left? All that space, I said, yeah. And so I think your analysis there, spot on about him, and his playing on the left, and he's a left-footed, right-footed player. So I think
he just needs fine-tuning the attack. Yeah, personally, I believe he just needs a few little things that need just a bit of fine-tuning, and it'll be set. For me, just two things: Diaz and Nunes. Gapco, he knows what he's doing. Every time I see him play, he's in control of his game. Diaz and Nunes, a little bit different, but all they need to do is, for me, Diaz switch sides and get the ball in. Nunes sees the ball, shoot. Don't think about it. Don't think to lay it off for Salah, whatever it is. Get your goal scoring instinct back. And that's two things that could help us now,
Well, Captain Cell says, I'll let you carry on with this. Captain Cell says about Nunes, do you think he's trying too hard at times and loses focus or composure in front of goal.
Yep, bang on. I think he's overthinking it. That's what I'm saying about the instinct, because of his teamwork that he's been practicing on in the last few months. It's taken away that the Alan Shearer, Harry Kane sort of instinct. See the ball bang, and that's the only fine tuning we need with Darwin. I think a lot of fans are getting frustrated because he's missing easy chances. He's overthinking too much, man.
That is the frustration. That is the frustration. The missed chances.
Yeah.
That could become pivotal, to be honest, at the end of the season. All about goal difference and whatever. But he's got to start putting them away. And that's the criticism that Darwin has. And as Captain Sal said, I want goals, not chaos.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as that. Because he was brought as a striker, he was brought to score goals. And this is why we're all clamouring for Jota to come back, JK.
I'm just like, it's like, when you watch football and certain players, like some people love Harry Kane. For me, he's a good goal scorer, no doubt. And I think he's the top 3 strikers in the world. But would I want him to play for Liverpool? Yeah, he would get the goals and stuff. But as a player, he don't really excite me, as I say Darwin would. When Darwin plays, you're like, oh, what's he going to do? It's like, it's sort of exciting, And I think Darwin needs a bit of Harry Kane sort of game in him, where he sees a ball, he just wants to score. He's got to be selfish, Frank.
Yeah. Well, the only way you could sum up Darwin, he's unpredictable.
Yeah.
That's the only way to sum the lad up. He's unpredictable because you don't know what he's going to do next. Not only that, he could go on like the Newcastle game and score a brace and win you the game. Yeah. And this is like what Darwin is. But I don't know about confidence, because I think he's got confidence. It doesn't faze him. It doesn't faze him. Because he's cheering the crowd up and everything. And if you haven't got any confidence, you wouldn't be cheering the crowd up.
Exactly.
So, I don't think it's lack of confidence with the lad. But I do go along with what Captain Sal said, though. Do you think he's trying too hard at times? Yeah. Because he wants to score a goal. He does really want to score a goal.
Mm-hmm.
So, he can go on his knees and do his little diamond heart impression with his hands,
Mm-hmm.
So, I really think. So what do you think of today's game, JK?
I think today's game, I'm going for a 2-0 for us.
Oh.
I think the attack-wise is going to be Salah. I don't know about Diaz. He won't be fit, will he? I'm not 100% sure.
We don't know, do we? Don't know what's happening.
They're not really talked about it because Saka messed up both of our players, Tsimikas and Diaz.
I think Gakpo will be playing. I think Gakpo will be at a forward, and Nunes. I think he'll be. And let's hope, JK, that Jota will come on at some time.
I'm not 100%. I think Jota's not ready for this game.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but if not, the thing with Darwin and Gakpo, they can switch flanks, switch sides. Gap can go on the left because Gakpo plays pretty well on the left anyway, and Darwin actually plays better on the left. Well, he did against Arsenal, so
he did,
and the West Ham. So for me, we have to win today, because Arsenal don't play until Thursday.
Yeah.
So today, a win, 3 points. I don't care how we get it, even if we miss sitters and stuff. Long as we get them 3 points, and
3 points is vital. 3 points.
I think it's covering. Darwin's sort of pressure's been taken away from him because we're getting results. We're second in the league, and we're in the next Europa League rounds and stuff. So, but I think if we were losing, people would be moaning much, much, much more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, this is what I mean about some fans. You know, are moaning, like I said about that certain podcaster who wanted to get rid of Mo. He's washed. He's what? Oh, and Nunes in the same breath, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Get rid of him. I've had enough of Nunes. You know, I've backed him all this year. And you think, are these right? Are these a bit nuts, these fellas? Do you haven't a clue? Have they got a short memory? I just don't know. Because
Uh,
Liverpool are not going to buy anybody, as you know. So
mhm.
it's have to do. They'll have to do. And I think we do need another forward, though. In all honesty.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, but when you look at the bigger picture, Frank, fantasy football points in every department, Liverpool players at the top bar forward, the number 9. Allison
Yeah.
is he's got the highest points. Trent's got the highest points. Salah's got the highest points. It's only and Darwin's in 6th position as the forward. So all in all, we're doing pretty well when you look at it in that way, stats wise.
Yeah. And as Captain Sal says, Shalom Mo is the crazy man talk, nothing else. Absolutely, Captain. Because what you've got people who who they think they know about football. They really do. And they're talking to people. I'm talking about this certain podcaster, and I don't watch them. And no, you don't know nothing about football, fella. This is what I'm saying to you know at the screen, listening to this particular person. You know nothing. You've got a short memory, and and he comes out with he puts a little headline on and says like Inacio or Incapi or whoever Andre and you know a question mark, an exclamation mark, and people tune in to think, wow, we're going to get this
Mhm.
fella. What's the news? And he knows nothing. It's just all assumption, if you know what I
Bro,
mean.
that's the modern day football world.
Yes,
It,
absolutely.
it's like, where is the patience gone in the human being where you spent 65 million on a guy and you don't even give him 2 seasons? And he's actually scored goals. He hasn't not like he's not scored like that guy from Man United that spent 60 million on him. He's not scored a
Yes,
Premier League goal. So you
yeah,
could understand their fans getting a bit irate, but Darwin's actually got us goals and got us assists, and he's actually his energy. You cannot buy that energy. Like
no. This is
it's
what I
just like
mean. They've got the energy. Liverpool have got so much energy now.
yeah.
It's incredible, and it's frightening, and it
Hmm.
frightens the opposition. I've just got Mark Estoyle. Now, Mark does a hell of a lot for mental health. He's one of these lads. Honestly, and this fella, he does climb. He actually climbs mountains,
Uh-huh.
everything, fights bears and whatever. Bear Grylls. Anyway, he says, season greeting, Frank, my pal. En route to Burnley this week, as we speak. Here we are with problems 1 point off the top. Mighty Reds. I wonder, Mark, if you're going with the Wilcox tours, lads. Absolutely brilliant. These go all over them. They, they go to the dark side of the moon. If Liverpool were playing there, they'd make the way there. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Mark. Cheers, mate, and all the best to you and everyone else and the lads who are up early today. And Captain Sal says, that guy just rants and raves for views, that's all. And he's talking, so he knows who I'm talking about. And he hits the nail on the head, does Captain Sal. And he does rant and rave. And I commented once. And it was about an Everton player. He said, we should go after him. And I went out, we don't want him. I said, you're not a Scouser. You don't live in Liverpool. I
Hmm.
said, you know, and the Evertonians, you know, they'd be going mad if they sold it. You know, I said, so you haven't a clue what you're talking about? He told me to F off.
No way.
Told me to F
No.
off. I went, yeah, yeah.
That's what another thing, you know. A lot of people get very aggressive when it comes
Oh, yeah,
to an opinion. They have an opinion, and
yeah.
for me, an opinion has to be sort of based on facts. And these guys and certain characters, they will sort of twist it to get it that they're in the right. You know, they've all become lawyers. These guys.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah, but you know, but I was sounding like that fella. You remember Little Britain? Yeah, but yeah, no, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way it sounded. But he did, you know. He really gets on my nerves. He's just a prat. As Captain Sell says there, you know, he just rants and raves. And Richard Hutchinson, he's only just joined us, and he says, that was a handball by her. Yes, absolutely. He's a cracker, isn't he? So that was an handball. We've been, see, what it was, Richard, he was practicing his little, you know, little bounces because he's a bit of a basketball player, as they say.
Mhm.
So, yes, we all know.
He's actually a
And
Liverpool fan, Odegaard. He's a Liverpool fan, and I was thinking this guy's trying to give us a penalty. Yeah,
is he?
yeah, he's a Liverpool fan. Same as Kevin De Bruyne. They both support Liverpool.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Kevin De Bruyne, yeah. And there's photographs of him with his little Liverpool top on. Oh, kid.
yeah, yeah,
Kevin. But it's all different now, isn't it?
yeah.
Respect to Dara Gorman. Dara Gorman, who's that? Am I missing out on something there? And Richard says Liverpool should have beaten Luton, Brighton, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Manchester United. Yes, this is what we've been talking about. And to think that we dropped points against Luton, you just think about it. God, blimey. And Mark Simon says, what do you guys think the result will be today? We'll talk about that. And Richard Hutchinson says, free Palestine. You never were absolutely 110% there, Richard. Yes. And I spoke about that at the beginning, but you can't dwell too much on it because this is a football pod. But I have got a podcast coming out, and it'll be about social issues, not just social issues, local social issues. Here in Liverpool, but national and international social issues, and that'll be more, you know, in the podcast that, you know, about Palestine, about Gaza, to be honest, and what's happening in with the people, and also what's happening in Ukraine. People will agree or disagree with what I say, but I will have a fellow historian on with me because we know about Ukraine. I've known about Ukraine for years, not just now because of the SMO. I know about it, I know all about it. And I know about the corruption as well and the money laundering because I call Ukraine the great big washing machine. So I'm not going into that now. Right. So, yeah, JK, like you to talk about this one. You know, we'll discuss this one, and I think it's a very good point. What do you think about Nari, Frimpong, Polina, and forward? What do you think about Nunes, Diaz, Gakpo, Thiago, Jota? We've been talking about them, Richard. Honestly, we spent good time talking about Nunes and Diaz and Gakpo. What we haven't spoken about really is Thiago. We've spoken about Jota because we really need Jota back. We really need Thiago back. And as for Thiago, As for Thiago, what do you think about Thiago, JK? Do you think that he should be gone next week? If in the January, what do you think?
The whole Tiago soap opera is just at a point now where is he going to play again for us? That's the
Yeah,
question. That's just the question. If he's going to play for us again from now until the end of the season, keep him and then and let him go in the summer. If he wants to go. But I'm really disappointed in the way the injuries just. There's been no ending to it. There's no, oh, he's back. He's in training. He's running, or whatever. There's really been no information about him and Bacetic. So yeah, a bit annoyed about that one. But
yeah,
with the Richards, but I like Frimpong and Paulinia. Out Nori is also a good left back for Wolves. But Frimpong, yeah, he can attack real good as well. But the thing is, with Leverkusen, they're going for the league. So, and if they're going to get Champions League next year, they will want Frimpong to be there. So for
yeah,
me, Paulinia, I think Bayern in January maybe because they were, I think till the last day, Bayern were pushing for Paulinia, and I think he'll be going to Bayern in January.
yeah, yeah. I agree. Yeah, he won't be coming here because of the age difference as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd just like Andre. I really would like Andre. I really would. But as far as Thiago's concerned, as we keep saying this, don't we? He hasn't played competitive football since last February.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, all right. Someone came on and said, but yeah, he went on what do you call it? Google and said, oh, he has, he has played. And I said, where? And he said, well, he played 30 minutes in April. I said, oh, okay then.
Mm-hmm.
He's played 30 minutes of football since last February. Does that make it any better? No, it doesn't make it any better. And yes, I think that he should be gone. I don't care what anyone says. And, for them to be saying, oh, keep him because he's bringing on better check. No, I'm not accepting that. I'm really not accepting that. I'm not accepting that at all. Just get rid of him. Just get rid of him because he's on a free anyway at the end of the season. So will they keep him on with that big wage after oh yeah, I just signed your dotted line here. There's another contract to talk to Bacetic. That's a load of bollocks to me. Sorry
Mm-hmm.
but it's a load of bollocks. Just get shut. Get another player in like him, a playmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Get a playmaker if we want another playmaker. Just get shut. Bring someone else in. That's in my opinion. Anyone TKO just now, 10 rounds to Palace. I don't follow this, to be honest, Richard. I haven't a clue what you're talking about.
I think it's boxing.
Yeah, but not following anything like that.
Yeah, boxing
Let
used
him
to be
go.
good. Yeah.
Go on, what was you saying there?
Yeah. I was just looking at the quality wise of sports, for example. You would think when we were kids that, oh, I wonder what the players and boxers and runners are going to be like in 2023, for example. And when you look at it in the bigger picture, the days of Maldini, Platini, Beckham, Gerrard, them type of names are gone. You don't get them type of footballers no more.
Yeah,
And also with the boxing as well, that from the Tyson
yeah,
days and Frank
yeah,
Bruno and stuff like that, the
yeah,
quality of boxing, it hasn't got that. This is like a raw fight here. It just looks too formatted. Sport has become formatted in
yeah,
whichever way you look at it, and they've taken away. It's like Darwin Nunes. They've tried to format his instinct, and look what's happened to him.
yeah.
And that's
No, you're
sports,
right.
bro. Yeah.
No, you're spot on because when the names that you mentioned there about the boxers, I always remember the likes of a big fight coming off with Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali. You
Mm-hmm.
know, these were unbelievable boxers. You
Yeah.
know, frightening boxers. You know, so yeah, you know, it's all changed so much. And with the likes of Joe Frazier and Muhammad, you had in the wings George Foreman, an incredible boxer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had the likes of him. So these were all very top class boxers, heavyweight champions. You know, you had the likes of Roberto Duran. For me,
Yeah, yeah.
Roberto Duran was the best pound for pound boxer ever.
Mm.
You had the likes of Sugar Ray Leonard and Haynes, the Hitman Haynes, absolutely amazing fighters.
Prince Nassim. Prince
Yeah.
Nassim. He had his
Oh,
own.
yeah,
He was an entertainer.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was. Yeah, from the lad from Bolton.
Yeah.
This was it. You know, these were absolutely amazing boxers who could fight, and were, you know, he did entertain people. Actually, he did entertain people. He did entertain people, and he was there. He was that fella. And he used to stand there like, you know, I remember once he put this fella, he just put him down, and you see him like that, and he just looks at the camera like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking at the camera inside the ring while the fella's on the deck. Oh, what's his name? His name escapes me. God blimey, British fighter. British fighter. And he used to talk like that, you know, when he had a bit of a lift. He had a bit of a lift.
Chris Eubank.
Chris Eubank, there you go.
Yeah,
Do you think I should do impersonations? Yeah,
yeah.
Chris Eubank. And he just, it was great. You know, he's fighting around a bat, and the fellow went down, and he just went like that.
Yeah, yeah. They had
Just look.
personality them days, the
Yeah.
boxers.
Oh, yeah, it was all
You know?
personal, wasn't it? Frank Bruno was a great personality. Not
Mm-hmm.
Bruno, sorry, Lennox Lewis.
Oh, Lennox Lewis is one of my favorites.
Oh, I'll
Oh.
tell you what, when he first started, this is true, this. When he first started off, you know, you're reading things and whatever, and he got beat. He got beat by someone, you know, some like 98,000 in line to take it, you know, to go for the championship, the shot at the heavyweight championship in the world, and he got beat by him. And he went
Yeah.
like that. He started calling him uh, this Canadian. They started calling him a Canadian. And it's what? And then when he won the world championship, you know, when he was the champ of the world, and he just said, "What a great Londoner he is." You know, this
Yeah,
is so phony.
yeah.
It's like what's his name? Andy Murray. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when he got beat and all this, had the poor Scottish like got beat when he won when he won Wimbledon, the great British tennis
Yeah.
player. You know, from the jock to the great British tennis player. So it's all, if you know what I mean.
And that's why they can get away with the Tottenham VAR mess and
Oh,
Odegaard handball, because
yes,
that's the world we live in.
yes, yes.
Exactly.
Right, as Captain Self says, let him go. This is Thiago, by the way. Let him go if he can't play in the second half of the season. Totally agree
Yeah.
with you. And Richard Utterson says, when you mention Prince Nazim, respect to Yemen. Yeah, yeah, because he didn't come from Yemen. I think his parents didn't he?
Yeah. He's from
Yemeni.
Sheffield, I think, Prince Nassim.
Oh, is he? I thought he
Yeah.
was. But he came from Bolton.
No, that's what's his name, Khan. He's from Bolton.
Oh, yeah, been getting mixed up.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, another one. Richard Hutchinson says, will this be the last nail in the coffin for Ten Hag today against Aston Villa? That's a good thing there. JK. Okay, JK. Right.
Yep.
What score do you favour between the Aston Villa and the United game? What would suit you better?
Okay, this is going to be like a soap opera complication there. It's going to be, I want Villa not to win, but if United win, he keeps his job. And what it is with Ten Hag is very inconsistent. And when a new manager comes in, he uplifts the players. So the next 3, 4, 5 games, they're sort of lifted. I would prefer, I can't say I want United to win because Villa get nothing, but maybe a draw. Just about.
Is that the best result?
I think, yeah, because of the United thing. I'm not really worried about United position-wise and points-wise, but
no.
I wouldn't say I want Villa to win tonight.
But you know, I'm being honest here. I'm nothing against Villa, really nothing against Villa. But I don't think they'll last the pace in the longevity of things. I don't think that they will last the pace. I really don't. You know, come the end of the season, if you know what I mean. I think Man City's going to come good. You know that. You just
yeah.
But Liverpool are coming good, if you know what I mean. They're going to come good, City, and Liverpool are coming good, if you know what I mean.
I think with Villa, they're like the new Leicester.
Yeah.
And it's that energy. I think a lot of people say they've got a good squad. I think when Watkins is injured, who they got Duran. They got a guy called Duran. No one really knows nothing about him. He hasn't really scored goals when he's came on.
Yeah.
But when we don't have Darwin, we've got Gakpo or Jota. So we're levels above Villa in that way. But I don't know. Villa at home, they're very good. Bar the Sheffield United result. So
no, you're right. But you know, we've only got to keep our own, if you know what I mean. We've only got to keep our own focus. That's all. We've only got to keep our own focus on everything. And that's all that I'm talking about, and that's all that I'm worrying about. I don't give a toss about other teams. I really don't.
Yeah,
same man. That's why I asked you about what score today, because I know that Aston Villa will not last the course. They might finish in the top 4, I don't know, top 5 or whatever the case may be, JK. But having said that, I'll just focus on a couple of teams, and that's Arsenal and Man City. And I don't think Arsenal as well. They've only got to get a couple of injuries, and they're in trouble as well. They're in trouble. And Mary Wallace. Hello, Mary. I hope you're well. Ten Hag will be an Iden like Demo Laveggio, like the Demo Laveggio today, Frank. Like the Mole, Joseph Williamson, the Mole Laveggio. Did you know anything about the Mole Laveggio, by the way, JK?
I've never heard of that.
Haven't you?
No.
The Mole Laveggio was a fellow named Joseph Williamson. And he just wanted to live underground. So he built these tunnels underground. He built a massive dining place as well, dining area for his guests. And the tunnels that he built, he became, it set the standard for the railway, because when the railway came into being, they couldn't get around mountains or through hills or whatever. And he said, there's a fella in Liverpool, he's built these tunnels, let's go down. So he set the precedent for the tunnels that you see all around the world, Joseph Williamson. And he spent the equivalent, get onto this, He spent the equivalent of £26 million to build these little tunnels.
Wow.
And he has a tunnel built from his home, right, up to a church. And do you know what that was for? That was for his wife, because if it was raining or snowing, she could walk to church without getting wet.
Wow.
That's it. The most expensive umbrella ever in history, even today. Incredible.
Crazy.
So thank you, Mary, for that little thing. And a pan of scouse. Pan of scouse. Oh, what a name. I love that name. Happy Christmas, Frank Lahr. Thank you, Pano. I said to him, I said, that's a cracking name. I said, there's people there that as well. And he said, no. He said, but we get it. We're Scousers. We get it. He said, yeah, Pano. Pano. Make Scouse not war. That's what I say, Pano. Lad. Make Scouse not. And Mary says he employed lots of unemployed folk to build tunnels. I'll tell you who he employed. Mary. I've done I've actually I filmed this a long time ago. He actually hired the French prisoners of war who were here. He hired them. So when the war was over, when the Napoleonic Wars was over in 1815, he hired them because, they were free men. They were just sent home, but they had no money to get home, so he hired them to build these tunnels. And the most intriguing thing, or ironic thing about this, was that the British who were fighting in the Napoleonic Wars, the soldiers, they became unemployed. And he hired them as well. So they were working side by side rather than shooting at each other and sword fencing or whatever. They were taken side by side to build these tunnels. So that's who they were, Mary. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for 2024, says Richard Hutchinson. He must be going out. And I can't be saying that, unfortunately. And Richard Hutchinson says, what's your favourite stew? It's Irish stew, isn't it? I like my scouse, but I like my Irish stew as well. That's what Anyway, JK.
Yeah, but
Right? Who is your we'll finish on this, the midfield and the back four. We don't have to pick a goalkeeper because we know that he's there.
Yeah, so I'll go with Gomez left back, Virgil, Konate after he played pretty well in the Arsenal game, and Trent at right back. With there, you got 4 quality players in every position there. Gomez.
Every position.
Yeah, so every position there, goalie and defence sorted midfield. I'm going to play Jones, Szoboszlai, and Endo.
That's what, yeah. Well, that's exactly what I'd pick. And the only thing, wasn't it, really, was the forward line when we had a little bit of an issue. Who do we play, But we ended up saying, didn't we, with Nunes, Gakpo, and Mo.
Yeah.
Well, that team should beat any team, in my opinion. Yeah. It really should. And your prediction, I remember, but there's new people there. What's your prediction?
Yeah, I was going with the 2-0.
Yeah.
So I need a clean sheet. It has to be a clean sheet, Don't let nothing in. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with the clean sheet as well. I'm going for a 3-0 win, actually. Okay. I'm going for a 3-0 win against Burnley.
They beat Fulham away 2-0 at the weekend, Burnley.
Yeah. And Richard says, come on, Preston against Leeds United. Can't stand Leeds United and the fan base. Yeah, yeah. And Panov, he says, Gomez to score a goal today. He has to, and he's been so close lately. That's what we were talking before about. He was so close, and he's been playing well, and he's been having a pop shot as well
Yeah.
at the goal. So I think you're right there. I said to my daughter yesterday when she came down to see me, I said, yeah, we were talking about Joe Gomez. I said, he's going to score him. He's going to score because he's never scored a goal at senior level. Do you know? And I'm talking about even Charlton. He never ever scored a goal. So, for him to get a goal, just imagine him getting a winner.
Against Arsenal, I thought he had it. You know, when
I
thought he had it.
So did I when he curled that one. Wow. LFC, Aaron. Afternoon, everyone. Afternoon, LFC. What the hell? They're all coming on now. Yeah. Look, they're all saying that. Happy Christmas. Happy Xmas, Aaron, mate. So today it'll be a fine win for Liverpool. That's just my opinion. We'll win this game today. And yet you're right there, JK. We really do need a clean sheet. We would have had a clean sheet against Arsenal only for that. It was bad defending, to be honest. No one was in front of them. It was bad defending.
That was bad defending.
Yeah. But we did after that. They never had, in my opinion, they never had a look at us except for that lucky break when that fella put it wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alisson's right. But Alisson stood up, he made it look, he made it as though he had to go around him, and he did, but it went outside the post as well. So, yeah, definitely. And LFC says, Adam, we need to start well. That's what we need, Frank, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we need to start well. I thought we started well against Man United. I thought we started well against West Ham, as you know. We started well against Arsenal, and we'll start well against this lot today. And I think they'll be fuming as well. But if they're not fuming, our players, about the result that we should have won, then nothing could upset them and give them that impetus to go on and just say, let's sort these. Let's sort everyone who comes before us. That's what I keep saying. That's what I say anyway. So what do you think? What do you think? What he's saying, what Aaron's saying, we need to start well, JK. What do you think?
Yeah, it's like football is that energy, and when you start the game well and you're on the front foot, it sort of upsets their defenders, and that's when Darwin and Diaz need to take advantage of when we're on the front foot and their defenders are thinking, okay, where is he? Where is he? That's when Diaz and Darwin can do some damage. And I think when we're sort of not pressing and on the front foot, we sort of allow the other teams to come on us, and that's when we can make sort of mistakes and stuff. Because I think Arsenal started better off on Saturday. They got the goal, they got the free kick, and they were a bit better than us, But after that, after the first 20 minutes, it was mostly us, And I think that energy that there was a sound from Anfield. You only hear it sometimes now. You used to hear it all the time. There was this energy, and I seen Arteta's face, and I seen Declan Rice's face. I said, that's what Anfield does to a player, And that energy there is the way you're going to win the Premier League.
Yeah. Well, as Aaron says, we can't keep going a goal behind. We make it hard for ourselves, and he's so spot on. He's so right. A goal behind, and that does use energy up trying to get that goal back and then go and trying to go on to win it. That uses all your energy up. It really does. But once you're keeping a clean sheet, I think it's a bit more easier.
It's better, yeah.
Yeah, of course it is. And I just think, I don't know, I just think that if we keep a clean sheet, if say like in the next 10 games, let's for example, out of them next 10 games, including today, if we know that we can keep a clean sheet, I think we'll win those 10 games because we can score in every game.
Yeah.
We can score in every game. It'll be very rare for a 0-0 to
Yeah,
come out of where Liverpool's
yeah.
involved. What do you think?
I was just like surprised with the United Liverpool game. Everyone was saying 5-0, 6-0, 7-0, crazy numbers and stuff. And yeah, of course, it's realistic to get them numbers against United, but we got a 0-0, and it was a weird feeling not to score a goal. I think the midfielders and defenders have actually helped our attack in the last few games, where they've actually got setting up assists, got making goals and stuff. So Darwin's getting the help he needs. He's not getting the pressure because we're winning games and stuff. So it's in his court now for Darwin just to say, you know what, it's about time I started doing certain things in my game to improve it. And that's the only negative points from the team, Frank. I think defensively, much better that's because of Virgil. Virgil this season, you can see it in him. He's got this control factor again, and it's good to see.
No, I agree with you. I really agree 100%. And as Aaron says again, Lee Judges, in brackets Arsenal fans, said the atmosphere was electric on Saturday. Yes. Yes, it was electric. They were up for it, the fans were up for it. And this is the way it is. And especially with the new stand opening as well, the Annie Roads where like the middle section's a bit naff, to be honest. I don't know why they can't just put everyone in there.
Yeah.
To be honest, I just
That's the posh seats, isn't it?
Yeah, the boss seats, yeah.
The
All
posh seats, yeah.
all the corporate people, yes. But anyway, Vic and everybody else, Alan, Panov, been great. Even Mary Wallace joined us, and all the rest. Mark Simons, the lot. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the holiday. Enjoy the game this afternoon because I think we're going to win 3-0. JK says we're going to win 2-0 and we will keep that clean sheet and we will score. I'd tell you who's going to score, and I fancy Virgil to score from a corner. I really do. And I fancy one of our midfielders to score as well. Unless Nunes nets. Well, let's give Nunes time. He's still bedding in.
No, but his energy. If he was lazy, I would be like annoyed. But his energy is sort of keeping his position sort of alive. People see that he's not lazy. That's why the fans shout Darwin in the stadium, even if it is a little thing, because people love his energy. He just needs direction now. Yeah.
And this is why we were talking about confidence, wasn't we, before? And this is why he's got lots of confidence, because he knows the people out there love him. Nunes.
Yeah.
My daughter Francine was shouting it the other night. When we were watching the Arsenal game, the Amy show in the pub. Nunes. And Panos says, nice one, Frank. Have a great day. 3-0 to us. There you go. And it's clean sheet all round. JK. And
Thank you, mate.
especially if Panov says. Yeah, look, here's what he says as well. The Panov. Nunes gives us all, and hopefully the goals will flow soon. That's what we were talking about. That's what we were talking about before, because yes, yeah, and they will. They will start flowing. Let's hope anyway. Let's hope they start flowing this season rather than next. Anyway, JK, thank you so much. And
Likewise, bro.
I'll see you on, well, I don't know what bloody day, but on Thursday. No, I don't
Thursday, yeah.
know.
It's Tuesday today.
Do you know what? It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what Boxing Day, Christmas Day does. It messes up your days. You know what day it is.
It's what day is it? So I'll see you, nevertheless, see you on Thursday, eh?
Okay, bro. Have a good one today.
And you, and you. And to everyone out there, thanks for joining us. And enjoy the rest of your holiday. See you all on Thursday, hopefully. 8 o'clock, the usual time. And come on, you Reds.